I think he's there. Harold, are you there?
Harold, you there?
Ah, Harold.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Listen, mate, come on, mate.
You got a rookie guy on the controls.
Oh, come on, mate. It'd be good if your phone worked.
Listen, we're running a tight flaming job here, so let's get straight into it. Harold H. Ark. See, he's not licensed to arc you.
No.
So I'm not letting him
apparently
do it.
it's just terrible.
So Harold H. Ark.
Quality only.
Hey, cock-a-doodle-doo, your sister Sophia's listening, and you're going to talk about this bullocky mob.
Yeah, that's right. Look, this is a story of an Irishman from County Limerick by the name of Owen Lambert. Now, he arrived in Sydney in about 1841 as an immigrant, free immigrant, aboard a former convict ship. Now, he went to work in outback Queensland, settled here in South Queensland, and for pretty much the last 30 years of his life, made his living by travelling with this team of bullocks from Warwick through Ipswich to Brisbane and back again. You know, rinse and repeat. Now, his best mate on the bullock trail was Edward Collins, who was a former convicted convict himself from Worcester in England. Now, Collins was at first transported to Sydney, but he was a bit naughty, so got re-transported up here to Moreton Bay, and that's why he settled here. Now, in true bullocky fashion, Lambert lived what you could call a colourful life. Now, east of Ipswich, when he was there in Brisbane, he was convicted of things like drunkenness a number of times.
What?
Now, when he was drunkenness.
Oh, he's drunk, bludger. Go on.
Well, like, I mean, you know, at the end of his walk, but then at the other side of Ipswich, when he was out west, Lambert's life was even more colourful.
Boy.
Because, look, in Toowoomba, he collected even more drunken disorderly convictions, including one time with an enormous fine at the time of 20 shillings, which today is about $1,500. Another time, Lambert almost lost his livelihood and ownership of his 80 working bullocks.
Wow.
Lambert, he had 80 bullocks. Now, he allegedly built up a debt of more than £108. But in court, it was shown that he could neither read nor write. And so, of course, he kept no accounts whatsoever. Right. So I think he got off that charge on sympathy and probably a bit of Irish luck as well.
Wow.
Now, in 1862, Lambert's adventures it became deadly when there was a dual fatality on one of his jobs after leaving Ipswich on the road to Warwick. Lambert's dray was being accompanied by another one owned by the Brisbane sawyer, Andrew Evans. Now, Evans and a young woman, Alice Coe, they were asleep on top of the dray load of 3 tons of iron when a wheel caught on a stump. Evans was thrown off, broke his neck, crushed by the iron load, all of which, of course, killed him instantly. And young Alice, who was beside him, she lingered for just a moment, just long enough for her to die in her husband's arms. Now, less than a year later, in 1863, Lambert was this time riding on top of his own dray load of wool this time. Now, when passing through Spicer's Gap on his way
Spicer's Gap? I know Spicer's Gap. I've camped there with the Australian Air Force cadets, bivouacked right near the graves.
Well, that's exactly where it happened, those graves, because he was coming here to Ipswich. Now, it was through there that a wheel hit a rock, throwing Lambert off. He survived the fall, but the woman he was riding with was not so lucky. She was Mrs. Margaret Collins. She was the 16 or 17 stone wife of Lambert's best mate, Edward Collins. Now, Mrs. Collins fell to the ground. The ground shook. She split her head and was killed instantly.
Oh, I bet you the ground shook at 16, 17 stone.
And those graves you're talking about at Spicer's Gap, the memorial there, that's to her, Mrs. Collins. She fell off.
There's a well there as well, fresh water well.
Yeah, well, that's where this all happened. She fell off Owen Lambert's dray, bullock tray. Now, while all this carnage was going on around Lambert, all around Ipswich, he saved his best for when he was in Ipswich itself. That's because in 1861, Lambert appeared before the Ipswich police magistrate, who was a veteran of Waterloo, Colonel Grey. Now, Lambert was convicted of indecently exposing himself right in the middle of town on Bell Street. Yeah, and he was given the fine of £6 or around $8,000 today.
Oh,
so Colonel Grey didn't appreciate Lambert's entertainment.
Is that £8,000 to stay?
No, £6 is about $8,000 today.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, I'm average weekly earnings.
Flashing his thingo.
Well, yeah, he worked hard for his money. Now, Lambert passed away in 1887 at the Dunwich Benevolent Asylum on Stradbroke Island. Right. He was 69 years old. Right. So, Danny, the bullocky, well known here in Ipswich and across South Queensland, surrounded by bullock trade deaths, and who saved his best public exposure for Ipswich, he simply faded into obscurity. But, Danny, we won't let him die because we'll remember him here today.
We'll remember
Owen Lambert.
And, you know, the Spices Gap still has the road that was built by the convicts by just putting rocks and stones beside each other. It's still operating. It still goes.
Yeah, and it's worth visiting, getting out there. You need a four-wheel drive to get the end of the track for the memorial, but it's definitely worth heading out there for sure.
Just fantastic, Spices Gap. And, of course, there's the Governor's Chair as well, which is a big rock you can sit on looking down the valley.
Yeah, and of course there's been 3 or 4 governors actually sit on there, going all the way back to Governor Bowen, Queensland's first.
See, there
governor.
you go. We are. I'm not just a pretty face. There is now. How do we find out more? As your sister would know, Sophia. Can you tell me how can we get to read about this?
Yeah, you can find history out there on any of the socials, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or you can go directly to the website historyouthere.com.
And coming up, you might be interested in Sunday Mail journalist Jane Keogh talking about the friendly fire in World War II and Vietnam. And Jack Sim wants to start ghost tours in Rosewood. He's coming up soon too, so I don't know if you know any stories about ghosts in Rosewood.
Oh, look, Jack has some really good stories. I know him, and I always listen to Jane Keogh. She's a good researcher and journalist as well.
Very, very good.
You got great shows on, Danny. You got great segments.
It's absolutely pumping. It is. I'll slip you the 20 later on. Okay, it's 8:21. We're going to get Jane on and play a song. So that's historyouthere.com.au or .com?
Just .com. It's nice and easy for you, Danny.
Oh, thanks very much.